how would I know that my child would benefit from a private lesson? Because I can say, how'd it go? And he says, fine. And I'm, you know, on this court or whatever, but I don't really
I would say,
game. I don't know how to know if he needs a private lesson.
I would try one. I mean, and come and observe and see what happens in that lesson and go afterwards and go, wow. I mean, you probably know what he knows. Do you watch the Königsson and see what he,
yeah.
You probably have, even though, are you a tennis player?
No, but
yeah.
We've been to a few.
Thank you. You've been through sports. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we see things that we think maybe, but you know, it's hard to know.
And see, I think that's a great way to do it. I don't think you have to say, okay, I want an every week lesson.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you know, lessons don't work as well as when, okay, we're going to do a lesson on this serve. I want his serve, and let's do one. Let him work on it in the clinic, 2 weeks, whatever. Some people are going to do every week and whatever. I don't like to be a practice partner. I like to be able to teach. And that's not what I do best. I'm not the best practice partner. And so consequently, but I think it's trying. And then another question would be, who do you use for a pro? I think you see who they interact with in the groups, because I get that question, who should I go with in that? And Gabe and I try and match people up accordingly. And then the other part is, watch them and see how they interacted with your child.
Should we just go to the front desk when we want to do a private?
No, probably send it to Gabe or I. Yeah, we like to assign the pros in that and keep it under control. But if you know somebody, you can go directly to that coach.
Right.
You don't have to go through us if you know the coach. But if you don't know, come to us. We'll be glad to. And sometimes we might have a, you know, it's like, well, who teaches that group? Who teaches, who's somebody? I like to be in the groups that the kids I teach. Because it gives me 1 day a week to observe and see something that may be going on that I'm like, and when I don't see them for 3 weeks, I'm like, and seeing them in the lessons, not seeing them play. Other questions? Beneficial?
Oh, yes. Very helpful.
I think, you know, I would really like to thank Gabe for all he does for our junior program. Nobody knows, I know, how much work he puts in to making this program good. And I got a great junior development director, and I was through a few before I got Gabe, and he's dedicated. He spends a lot of time. Sometimes if he doesn't answer your email or whatever, it's like, it's because he had 50 other ones that he's dealing with, so many other things in that. But junior team tennis is what it is in this club because of Gabe, because he spends the time, he organizes the whole league for Columbus, basically, because we have more teams than there are in the whole league. And the results and everything, all the things he has to put together to get the coaches organized to be able to, Julie just made a suggestion, why don't we put up a roster and the name of the coach on the wall and who's in charge of that team and a schedule. Yeah. And Julie says, I'll be glad to help this, because every Friday there's something that changes, and it's like somebody's calling, and then the front desk can't keep track. How many teams? 10, how many teams we have last year?
12 last year.
12 teams. And for Gabe is the guy he's the only one that knows all 12. And it's like a little tough to be able to answer everybody's question. And we try and get the coaches to take ownership in that, but hopefully we're going to come up with more communication skills. We would love to hear from you. You know, it's like we like criticism because it's a chance for us to get better. We try and think of everything that's going to happen, and sometimes we didn't think about it, and then it happened, and it's like afterwards, like, yeah, we should have done that. And hopefully we don't keep making the same mistakes 5 times in a row. It's like we get one, and it's like, that's enough. Okay, I got it. I got the big L on my head today, and it's like, it's okay. And we recover and we go on. And most of the time they're not fatal. They're learning experiences. As one pro said, he goes, if I wouldn't have had all the failures I had, I would not be the great coach that I am today. He goes, I learned so much from failing. And that's why we say, kids, go play a tournament, even though you lose. You got a chance. You're either going to be a rock hitter, or you're going to go, I don't like putting my finger on that burner. I keep asking kids, you ever put your finger on the burner on the stove? They go, no. I go, I stuck my finger in a cigarette lighter on my dad's car one time because it said, that thing doesn't work. And it's like I come out with that burner, and it's like, I never stuck my finger back in a cigarette lighter again. And that's what I say to the kids, like, how many times are you going to put your hand on that burner? It's like, you know, it's you. It's like, it's not painful for me. You're the one that's having the pain of what you're doing. And as Vic Braden once said, he goes, people change their habits when what they're doing becomes more painful than the change. And as long as what you're doing isn't more painful than the change, you're going to keep doing the same things. It's just human nature. Thank you.
I have a question. When I would get
the
Too many more.